What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Dragon Ball Super, and overall, love this week's episode, guys. But if this video ends up coming a little bit later than I usually put these out, it's because tonight is actually Money in the Bank, which I am looking forward to the show. Got a couple good matches on the card. I'm looking forward to AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. That should be an amazing match. Hopefully, we got the Money in the Bank ladder matches for the men and the women. Those should be pretty good. I'm hoping Ember Moon and Andrade Cien Almas come out as the winners. Or I wouldn't mind Mustafa Ali grabbing the men's Money in the Bank contract either, but I'm hoping with the fact that my man, our boy Almas is now dating Charlotte Flair, maybe that might mean he gets the contract. That's what I'm hoping for, but I wouldn't mind if Mustafa Ali or Ricochet win it either. Hell, I wouldn't mind Sami Zayn. I would actually be really interested to see Sami Zayn with the contract. But anyway, so so this episode great. We had Hit versus Jiren. Hit from the 11th universe. Don't worry, we will talk about that little dubbing error, which I hope gets fixed in the Blu-ray later. We'll talk about that when we get to that. Also, one last thing I forgot to mention in my review from last week about the whole stuff with the lag and everything, about the technical difficulties that tonight. Which, by the way, the lag was still there in this episode when they had Dragon Ball Super always has those times where before so they give a little recap what's happened previously. That lag was still there, which was weird. I don't know why it was still there, but whatever. Hopefully that gets fixed in the Blu-rays. But one thing I forgot to mention is that Toonami is honestly no stranger to technical difficulties, because I'm pretty sure I mentioned this. If I did mention this in one of my Super reviews, I mentioned this in one of my reviews when Sword Art Online Alicization was still airing. If you guys were watching my reviews for that as well, I know I forget which episode it was that the sub was airing, but I think it was like episode 6 or something. It was the episode where Asuna gets inside the base, and then what the Korean dude shows up that they have AIs, but they're not like self-aware. They can't take that they're not the original person, and they instantly crash. That'll see. First of all, I said the voice acting was great. But literally, right as he was losing one of his men to crash, the episode froze. Legit froze. I'm dead. I legit thought my cable box was glitching out on me. But nah, the episode legit froze. They went to commercials, came back, and it was still frozen. They went went straight to Megalobox and replayed the first half of the episode when it was Megalobox's time slot. I am dead serious with that. So Toonami is so. With this lag, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, because I said and SAO was straight up freezing, not too long ago. So yeah, Toonami is no stranger to technical difficulties. Hopefully, this is only a one-time thing where we have this in Dragon Ball Super. I've never had this happen before, where we had an episode straight up freeze, and we had all this slow down or lag between Goku versus Jiren, and then there's also the dubbing error, which hopefully will get fixed in the Blu-ray as well. I don't think Funimation will leave an error that big in the Blu-rays. They'll probably change that up. They'll probably have that line re-recorded for the Blu-rays when they drop. Anyway, without enough jibber jabber, let's just jump straight into this episode, because like I said, this episode was fun. This episode was really damn good. This fight between him and Jiren was great. Anyway, so let's get into it. So we start off, we got Frieza with Goku. And by the way, guys, Geekdom sent his video when he was talking about what he thought of the English dub version of episode 110. He actually said that Frieza's original voice actor is indeed back voicing Frieza for the rest of the Tournament of Power arc. So from here on, he is going to be voicing Frieza. So which is it's kind of cool. I'm glad it lets stuff happen itself again. Frieza's original English voice actor is back as Frieza for the rest of the Tournament of Power. So it's like, my, it's just like back on Namek, isn't it? All that. And so then he's like, well, I found this blind spot. Now nobody can see what gets done here. No point in delaying the inevitable. And fires off a shot to Goku. He's like, ah! And then he gets this purple light is getting engulfs him. Then this yellow energy just surrounds him before it disappears. And he's like, the fuck? I'm still alive, and I feel refreshed. I gave you some of my energy, Goku, just a smidge. Now you could say we are square, Saiyan. Oh, and so then Goku relocates his shoulder, which I guess which doesn't surprise me, dislocated during Jiren. I mean, did you see what that man was doing against Jiren? He also tells them that, about the Ultra Instincts form, called that the gods call it autonomous Ultra Instincts, all that stuff. So, we then get back to Hit versus Jiren. Hit tries to hit tag Jiren. Jiren just grabs his other hand and twists him around. And from there, we just get a lot of time skipping. Jiren Hit tries to land some hits on Jiren. He ain't landing nothing. Jiren keeps seeing his punches and he keeps attacking. Keeps laying blows. Not Jiren. Hit is pretty much completely on the defensive for this fight. He's completely on the defensive. So yeah, they keep going at it. They're going at it again and again and again and again. Eventually they're on top of this little platform. Hit tries to do time skip this time, but this time he does something where where we see him in front of Jiren, but then behind him is Hit again trying to punch him, but then even that Jiren manages to see and block it and counter it. Whis or not Whis? Was it Whis or it was? Wait, was it Whis or Vados? I think it was Whis. It might have been Vados, though. Whis tells, or Vados, whichever one it was, they tell him that what he did was... No, it was Vados. She would be the only one that would know that. But yeah, it was Vados. Excuse me. So Vados tells him that what he did was collect all the time he's been skipping, collect all the time he's been gathering, I guess, from time skipping, bring it all and bring Jiren to a pocket dimension, go in there, leaving a phantom image of himself while he goes behind Jiren to lay attack on him. But even that Jiren and Champa, oh my god, I love Champa, man. His English voice is fucking perfect, man. He's like, what? He went into another dimension, yet Hit still saw him coming? Or Jiren? It's crazy stuff. So even that attack doesn't work. They keep going at it. Still nothing from this one. We don't even see the time skip anymore. We just see Hit teleporting a lot. So then we head over back to Goku. He's watching the fight. He's like, man, Jiren's really strong, And so then behind them we see two Namekians from Universe 6, which they actually look a little bit different than the Namekians that we have in Universe 7. They're like they're a different shade of green with I think they're little, I don't even know what those parts that appeared on the body, that whatever those things are, they're also different color. I think the color that their skin was like turquoise, I think. I might have been wrong, I'm not a color expert, but it looked like kind of like turquoise-ish color, kind of like a very dark green compared to Piccolo. So then they both try to attack them. Then comes my man Gohan along with Piccolo, blocks their attacks to be like, well, a Namekian. Shall we? So they're about to go facing off against them. So they go face off against the Namekians. We'll probably get a little bit more of that fight maybe sometime next week, maybe. I don't know. Then we get to Vegeta versus Bribrian. Speaking of Bribrian, it was just announced actually that she's going to be joining Xenoverse 2. And my man Blackscape was not happy. He's like, Bribrian. Fucking Bribrian. This character sucks. You put her over someone like Kefla or Caulifla or Kale, which I gotta agree with. I'm shocked Kale and Caulifla or Kale and Kefla, are not in Xenoverse 2 at this point. Like, how are they not in Xenoverse Xenoverse 2 yet? I don't know, but yeah, I'm with my man Blackscape. I do not like Bribrian at all. I would have picked Kale and Caulifla over Bribrian any day of the week. So Vegeta, they face off with some Kai Blast. Vegeta obviously wins. Then Bribrian goes into her inner Sonic the Hedgehog, does a little spin dash or like a homing attack. Comes out while she's like rolling around in like a ball. And Vegeta's like, don't think that pesky attack will work on me. Hits her with a Kai Blast. Bam, takes care of her. And then Rosie shows up there, helps out Bribrian. Then they disappear. Vegeta's like, ran away again. So he goes looking around, then we see Bribrian and Rosie. We then get some of the corniest dialogue I have ever had the displeasure of listening to in Dragon Ball or an anime, period. So she's like, oh, he's too strong. We can't defeat him. How dare you say that, Bribrian? Don't you give up. We have the power of love on our side. Love conquers all. Excuse me while I now proceed to throw up. If I wanted to listen to that corny ass dialogue, I'd watch Sailor Moon. Anyway, so next up, just that dialogue was. That was without doubt the worst part of the episode for me was that dialogue. I'm sure some people like that shit, but Jesus Christ, that is no place in Dragon Ball. I'm sorry. Anyway. So then we get back to we get back to Jiren. Back to Jiren Hit. Hit keeps trying to use time skip against Jiren. It still north, and everyone, and Vados talked about, like, or I think it was either Vados or someone the Supreme Kai of Universe 6 was mentioned, like, what does Jiren do? Why does he keep using time skip when it's futile? This fight's over, and Charles like, then why does he keep time skipping? And then we get the Kaba climb above. If you guys hear anything else besides my voice, I have my window open. It's kind of windy outside, so if you hear like some wind or anything, that's what it is. I'm literally right next to the window. Anyway, so Kale, Khalifa, and Kaba, Kale and Khalifa, mostly Khalifa, is like, we need to get in there. We got to help out Hit. Kaba stops him. He's like, no. I think he's about to use a counterattack. And she's like, how can you? From what? All he's been doing is constantly he's always been on the defensive. He has something planned. So then Hit hits him. So then Jiren hits Hit again, sends him flying into some debris, into some rocks. He's laying down there, and then we got like this cover that comes over Hit, gives him some distance. He's like, okay, I think I got his pattern now. So then he uses that attack he used to kill Goku back in that filler arc. So uses that, Jiren easily blocks it, and then Hit appears behind Jiren, punches him, and with that same attack, and sends Jiren flying. Well, not really flying, he's just sliding against the ground, pretty much. So he's sliding against the ground, and he stops just about at the edge of the arena. Doesn't eliminate him, but he gets him close enough, and, Charles like, way to go, Hit! And then we see that little hole that was in Jiren's chest goes back to normal, and then he locks him in a time prison. And I tweeted actually when this happened. I was like, "Oh shit!" In all caps, of course. So then after that, we get back to Jiren. So then we got Hit on top of this little rock, holding with like his hand out, holding Jiren back in this time prison, so that he can't move, he can't do anything, and he's just gonna leave him there for the rest of the time of the Tournament of Power. He's just gonna lay him there and just sit there for the rest of the time. I mean, granted, I was like, really, man? You think it's a good idea? You're very easy to, but at the same time, would anybody really hit? If they know, oh wait, he's keeping Jiren at bay, never mind, let's not touch him, because of course we know Jiren is the strongest guy in the room at this point, until Goku. Which actually, speaking of Goku, one thing I mentioned, when Goku went to relocate Shorty, said, if I can get back to that power level again, could I beat Jiren? And I'm like, oh Goku, don't worry, my friend, you will master it in under how many episodes we have left of the Tournament of Power? Like what? 6 episodes? 6 episodes? 5 episodes? How many episodes do we have left? I don't know. How many episodes are we left? And that's when Goku will eventually master it. He'll master it in no time, and he'll get Jiren with it. Yeah. Which episode? Anyway, so after that, so Kaba, Khalifa, and Kale, they all come up there. Hit tells them, alright, now's your chance! For what? Say the 6th universe, you guys there's more you do, don't touch Jiren, I got him, you guys take care, and take out the rest of the universe, and you'll win for the 6th universe. Like, okay, so they go off to take out the 6th universe. Vados and Champa discuss about how this is definitely very out of Hit's character, because as we know, Hit's a very stoic individual. He's a lot like Jotaro, another character that the English voice actor for Hit also shared. They want to take everything alone by themselves, but of course sometimes they gotta work together and team up with other guys and work with them, which is now Hit is doing to defeat the rest so that they can win the Tournament of Power. So they get there, and then so then he just kind of holds him there, and Goku's like, so this whole episode we don't see Goku throwing any punch. All he does is just kind of hide behind pillars, and just kind of like, wow, Hit actually managed to get him, And so he's like, so he's doing it, but then Jiren uses his eye. Okay, can someone explain how Jiren's eyes work? Like, how does this man create barriers by himself, with his eyes, with the force of his eyes? Like, how is that even possible? Like, I know this is Dragon Ball, but come on now, this is a little bit ridiculous here, Toriyama. You need to explain this, my man. So then Jiren kind of has that reflective thing comes over Jiren's eyes, and then he starts moving, coming closer to Hit, very slowly, but he's coming closer. He's like, damn it, at this rate they'll break through it and have enough power energy to keep him out. So then we have like this sphere kind of here in front of Jiren in his hand. So then he jumps over from that pillar and comes charging towards him once he keeps moving. He's like, all right, I have the pride of an assassin. I'm gonna put everything in this gamble. Yeah. So he comes over there, and Jiren has a force field around him, which Vado says was from the force of his eyes. Like I said earlier, how the hell does that even work? How can Jiren's eyes make a barrier appear in front of him? Like, how does his eyes do that? This makes absolutely no sense. Anyway, but whatever. This is Dragon Ball after all. When did logic ever play a part in this series? So anyway, so they got a barrier, and then Jiren manages to start moving his hands like, you know what the worth of it, you know what the private assassin is worth, and grabs the ball, crushes it in his hand, nothing, punches him, sends him flying, and I actually tweeted here, Jiren is a fucking beast, in all caps again, of course. So that was fucking legendary, man. That was legendary. Sends him flying. Then he lands. Then he goes like right through from Kaba. Kaba's face off against this other guy. Then Hit comes in there from the little rock he was fighting. So then he's like, "Woofa!" And so he gets down there. Jiren meets him. And he's like, "It's over." And does that time, sends him into the air, and there's a massive explosion across his arm, and doesn't look at the explosion, like a badass. So he's like, "It's over." So disappears. Hit gets eliminated, and then the referee says like, "Hit from the 11th universe is now eliminated." I'm like, "Yo, Jiren, why don't you eliminate someone from your own universe, man?" Okay. Let me talk about this. Okay, first off, this is a massive dub error on the hands of Funimation. This is like with that coffee cup in Game of Thrones level bad. Like, how do you miss this? Like with Game of Thrones, like especially with how many stages of Game of Thrones there are. Like the actor has to know. Like first off, nobody on set noticed it. Not the director, nobody. Then the editors didn't notice it. Come on now, the editors must have been slacking or something. But here in Funimation, they were listening to this. He said it. They had to record this, and then the editors had to put this in the dub. And nobody told, hey man, he said 11, not 6. Like, sure, Funimation Dragon Ball's no stranger to dub errors. I mean, over 9,000 was a dub error too, but this isn't the 90s anymore, Funimation. You're celebrating your 25th anniversary, for Christ's sake. Come on now. And plus, you keep it saying, Hits from the 6th universe, 6th universe, 6th universe. So why suddenly, now sure, the Duke could have got tons away and just mistaken it. That's not a part, but not the ADR director. Nobody noticed it and said, hey, man, you said 6th universe, you said 11th universe, man. Let's do that again. This time you say 6. How did nobody pick up on this? Come on, why is everybody getting so lazy nowadays? Game of Thrones? I don't even watch Game of Thrones, but come on now. How did nobody not notice that? And how did nobody not notice this either? Come on, y'all are killing me, man. Anyway, so he gets eliminated. Champa tries to cheer him up. Like, oh man, it was just a lucky hit. He's like, my defeat was imminent as soon as he broke the barrier. I think you're brave. I think what you did inspired Champa and the others. So. You see them, so we'll get back to them. And then the announcer, the referee, whatever the dude's name is, says, alright, now half of the allotted time the torn power has expired, the sky turns from black to green. So, and then once Jiren sees that, alright, he takes a cue out of Brock Lesnar's playbook where he's like, alright, I'm done showing up to work, see you guys in another 5 months, and starts meditating. He's like, yeah, he's like Brock Lesnar, be like, alright, I'm done, alright, I'm not gonna show up to work for a while now, bye, let me take the universe title while I'm at it too, see ya, So, he just starts meditating. Everyone's like, oh, that's really bold, or like, how dare he, all that shit. Goku just got sent, and because Jiren says like, all the fighters that were meant to challenge me have all been defeated. He looks right at Goku when he says that. So he goes to meditate. Then two other schmucks come out over there and try to attack Jiren. Top and Dispo be like, can this not go through you guys sticks? Tiny man, you are not worthy to face Jiren. And so, that's after one scene when the big mech dude distracted the guys. The other guy came in there and tried to attack Jiren, but he has this energy field around him, which sent him flying because he couldn't break it. He's like, if you cannot break and Topps tells him, if you cannot break the barrier that the energy barrier Jiren has put forth, then there is no point in fighting him. And I will admit your bravery. You know, I love Topps English voice actor, man. It's so great. I love his English voice. And that is where the episode ends. So overall, really damn good episode of Dragon Ball Super this week. Loved it. Fight was great between Hit and Jiren. Great stuff. My man Hit's out of the picture now, which only leaves the Namekians, Kaba, Kale, and Caulifla left for the Tournament of Power. So this should be interesting because, of course, we still got Kefla coming sometime relatively soon. Anyway, guys, so overall I give this week's episode a 9 out of 10, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.